Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What a weird concept for a show. I mean, mutant turtles that are ninjas, that fight other ninjas, led by a man in a big suit of armour with Wolverine claws. Not your standard show by any stretch of the imagination. But over the years since it was first released, the Ninja Turtles have become some of the most recognisable faces of kids' television. And with this fame came merchandise, ad spots, a rock concert, yes, I'm not kidding, go look that up, and of course, video games. Now, the Ninja Turtles have had so many iterations that you can make a game from, and some have done, with beat-em-ups based on the 1980s version. But the PS2 game was based on the series made in 2003. This is my favourite version of the Ninja Turtles ever released. It was darker, a bit more mature, actually cared about character arcs and continuity, had intersecting storylines that all connect into each other, and so many more elements that made this show possibly one of the best versions of these characters ever. It was created by Mirage Studios and ran from 2003 to 2006, and then had a multiple follow-up series and a movie afterwards to finally end this run of the Heroes in a Half Shell. But we are diving into the game from 2003, meaning that the show was still in its infancy, where the stories weren't quite as interesting, but are still fun to watch, unlike other shows that get better as they go, and then you go back to the start and it hurts to watch in comparison. And we're going to be looking at the first 5 stages, which is the equivalent to the first episode of the show. So, the game starts with the opening to the show, and my god, this brings back so many memories. I only ever had 2 of the DVDs from the end of the first season, and only seen most of the show afterwards on YouTube. I still have them to this day because they are still some of my favourite episodes. We get to the menu and it's a nice design, the turtles hidden in the shadows like the ninja they are, and we have a few things on offer. A story mode which follows episode plots, and a versus mode. Let's focus on the story mode for now. We can choose to play as any of the 4 brothers, and I chose Leonardo because I like the katana and... Christ, okay. The models aren't horrible, but there are certainly improvements to be made. It does have a charm to it though, and replicates the art style into 3D fairly faithfully. Maybe I'm being too hard on it. Let's start the first stage. Each stage is split up into 5 areas that take you through parts of the episodes. Part 1 is in the sewer. The turtles live in the sewer, so seems like a good place to begin. The FMV is very impressive quality, and the sound doesn't sound very compressed. The in-game cinematics aren't quite as good, a little dead looking, but good enough for what we need, so let's get straight into the gameplay. The game is a 3D hack and slash, but don't let that fool you. Devil May Cry, this is not. The controls are, as it seems with so many licensed games, a bit stiff. Each button tapped means that animation will play in full, and you cannot do anything else until that animation finishes. Bit annoying as you can't come out of an attack to jump away, and if you dash into an enemy you will get hit because you can't attack as it ends. Another part of this game that drives me up the wall is the sounds. There's only so many times you can hear Leonardo say "Slice and dice!" after performing an attack, or scream after getting smacked to the ground. Headface! The game basically traps you in areas that won't let you progress until you beat all the enemies in the area. The stages are also pretty short, only lasting around 10 to 15 minutes. However, they do go through a variety of areas like the sewers, streets, alleys, rooftops, and Baxter Stockman's lab. All the typical places you would expect the amphibious heroes to be. However, this is ruined by the fact that apart from the Mousers, none of the enemies get any decent introductions. The Purple Dragons, who are consistent villains to the Turtles all throughout the show, going from a street gang to an organised crime syndicate, kinda just show up. And the Foot Ninja, the Turtles' main rival, get a quick little talk between the brothers about how they look like ninjas, and that's it. They get more than this even in the episode these levels are based on. Hey boy!
Are those guys ninjas?
Well, they're certainly ninja-esque.
Be ready for anything.
I am so gonna enjoy this.
On the more positive side, the art style of the show is translated fairly well into 3D. It looks like the show. Apart from the models. They don't look like the show. Back to the negatives, the boss battle at the end of this is pretty badly designed. The attacks are way too quick for the sluggish controls, and the missiles lock onto you and hit you no matter what. The boss is just so badly designed for the controls the game has. Apart from that, the game is also far too easy. The enemies go down with a gust of wind, and even if they hit you, you're back up on your feet in less than 2 seconds. Plus that your health is too abundant, and health pickups are damn near everywhere, and restore pretty much all of your health. On top of that, you have 6 lives. Not retries at a stage, no, you start from exactly where you were upon death. So this game was very, very easy. The first stage of this game took me just over 45 minutes, so I guess the whole game could be a decent length, but that doesn't excuse the easy gameplay you'd be going through the whole time. So overall, the game isn't that good. But it was very early in the show's lifespan, and on the PS2 of all consoles, which wasn't the most powerful console upon its release, so I can't hate this game. But it's still not that good. I'll end this review by saying it's an easy game with some bad design and controls, but still fun enough to turn your brain off and play for a bit of a laugh. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, join my Discord and follow me on Instagram, links in the description, only if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.